damage against the Broodmother, and I also want to see if Lanham will be playing position 5 from the off lane. Just get that extra creep plus the Broodmother, put a ton of pressure. You can also like play the jungle, leave Broodmother, potentially threaten the mid lane from the backstab, and also leave some solo XP to the Broodmother, which she definitely needs.
Yeah, you absolutely can. Gives you a lot of options there with the Enchantress. Just as you say. Taking a look here, Bok and Boomy, the Wyvern and Centaur going for that top rune. Borax and Lanham down bottom. No real contest from either side. It looks like Boomy there trying to figure out where some of that dire vision is. No new information gathered for him, though, as looks like Borax with a sentry ward knows exactly what's going on. Ooh, where's it going? Is that sentry getting placed?
Nah,
No,
seems like
leaves
he's out. So yeah,
even
they
bother.
will have Enchantress plus Broodmother on the bottom lane, which I really like. Someone needs to body block that big camp. Body block it. Is there a sentry ward on Enchantress? There is one, so she could potentially unblock it. Wyvern starting with Arctic Burn. Side blades on a Templar Assassin. It's a lot of regeneration coming from the Broodmother, starting with the Ring of Protection as well. He knows that most of the damage will come from Templar Assassin. Wyvern really doesn't do too much. Boomy, yeah, he wants to body block that big camp.
He does get it done, and then up in this top lane, looks like Tim's taking a bit of damage there. As Boomy
Just kidding, but there is a sentry ward. So Lanham will know. One thing you can do is fake it. Just pretend that you're inside while still having a sentry. And yeah, he will get a Ghost. Ghost level 1 as a creep sounds really good. Movement's below 25%. Same goes for the attack. Very annoying to play against.
57 damage as well. Getting some good clicks onto Gabby and Boomy there. I mean, Lanham just trading out for the Arctic Burn. They'll clear out the Ghost, though, eventually. Slowly but surely, whittling away at that creep that he picked up. And that's good space for the Broodmother at 5 and 2. Yeah, we've seen this Templar Assassin safe lane a fair few times. Very similar to the Gyro, the Medusas of the world. You've got that Sideblade Splash, you've got that acceleration to farm through jungle. And it's all about hitting your timings around
Wyvern might be dead.
optimization.
Yeah, good
the body blocks. Yeah, Lanham's in front of Boomy. Fairy Fire popped out, but XXS with this Broodmother will claim the first blood in that bottom lane. And this means Gabby
And a Courier.
keeps on getting pressured. Courier down. What is that creep called? The Ghost's baby. It's got a weird name. Fell Spirit, yeah.
Wouldn't have guessed in 1,000 years, Gary.
I think it was something a bit odd. And Lanham's going to take that opportunity now to de-ward the camp. Kill off his own sentry ward in a second as well. And then in the other side lane, the top lane, Tims and Bok. Usually with a Snapfire Centaur, we see a lot of aggressive potential around level 2, level 3. They jump onto people, and they're like cooking forward there onto Borax. Tims considering the kill. But so far, very good for that Morphling lane. Top of the CS. Oh, Lanham.
Oh, Lanham doing nothing. Boomy, I mean, not really effective against these heroes. Lanham didn't even go for Nature's Attendance, just wants to be able to deal a bit more damage. When you play position 4 from the safe lane, you need to get some different item build. You need to bring some extra killing cells.
A lot of damage on Gabby. Turns with the Meld Strike. The Broodmother thinking about keeping going with that insatiable hunger. They stole a range creep there. As Lanham keeps that damage going. And it does mean, I believe, the large camp is still blocked because he couldn't deny his own sentry in time.
What you do is put it in the middle, so it covers the whole area, the whole box of the spawn, and then you can just attack it yourself and unblock it.
Yeah, just didn't have time to unblock it before the spawn
Yes,
timer.
you usually unblock it at like 55.
Just a little bit off the mark there from Lanham. And they do lose Tim's top. And Borax Dark Willow 1-1-0 build, just Brambles and Shadow Realm shredding through Tim's snap. And Aster, this laning stage is something the panel brought up. That's going to be a struggle for TNC. They're being burst down bottom lane. Gabby back in the trees. Oh, it doesn't look like they've got a salve or anything, just relying on tangos at this point. But 2 couriers arriving should be a bit more regen there for your Templar Assassin, I assume.
Lanham is doing a very good job staying out of the XP range, which I mentioned. You want to give that Broodmother level 6 as soon as possible. We will see that kill on the top lane. Tims walks into the Bramble and gets Shadow Realm hit. Mid lane, great start for White Alp. 25 CS on Razor.
On Borax. Tims finishes him off. Some vengeance for Tim's Snapfire there. But yeah, that mid lane you're mentioning. Armel bad against that Razor of White Album. Is this how we expect it to go?
Yeah, it's not not a bad matchup for Razor, where if he feels threatened, can always use that static link. We see a go on a mid lane, Cookie plus a Scatter Blast available. Batrider doesn't have damage. The Batrider's gonna die.
I mean, Bat's dying here. He's dived tier 1 and White Album kills him. Sure, the Scatter Blast comes at the very end. And bottom lane, oh, the Centaur. Gonna try body block Gabby. XXS and LANAM retreating from their own aggression. But it's that uncomfortable feeling you have as Gabby in this bot lane. The TA right now, 20 CS, not a bad number, but every last hit has been a struggle, an uphill battle to try and contend with this Enchantress and the Broodmother. Well,
now she gets a big creep, and this is where the problem starts. I also want to see them bringing a Sentry Ward, because Templar Assassin has a meld, so you might be able to get either a turnaround kill or survive because of it. Boomy, 1.1-on-1 build, which I like, Cold Embrace, just to have. We've seen in the previous game exactly against the same heroes what it can do.
I guess this time around you've got Morphling and Razor who do add a little bit more magic damage to your repertoire. Even the Broodmother with that
mid lane, he needs a TP rotation. Borax is there.
This time around, White Album, he's draining a lot of damage, but should die here to the damage over time. No, he's fine. Armel doesn't go for the finish. Razor survives, gets the one kill on Tims. He's very slow, but he's alive.
Brune spawning in 5 seconds, has one tango to work with, could potentially refill the bottle, might even go pick up a bounty rune. Let's see where it spawns. It's bottom. It's being guarded by Borax. So we'll be picking up 2 bounties. There's already 1 Deep Observer Ward in Dire Triangle, scouting things out, but there are no stacks being made at the moment.
And Gabby, Cold Embrace Refraction back onto XXS. Broodmother gets into the trees over the webs, and this Mud Golem is going to split into a couple of Shard Golems in a second if they're not careful with what they're doing with him. But again, it's Templar Assassin and Winter Wyvern forced to use their spells, cooldowns, resources, just to play defensively in the lane, while Broodmother's still getting a lot of farm there.
LANAM needs to stay close, but not too close, if you know what I mean, Gary, because they want this level 6 on a Broodmother, then the Spiderlings are going to come out, Refraction will not be as good as it is.
Social distancing for the Enchantress.
Exactly.
Keep that 1.5, 2 meter distance from your Broodmother. Armel, so far, not having the best of times in mid lane. Getting chased down by White Album.
He goes back. He's dead.
He's got the lightning, he's got the plasma field, he's dead, you're right. 3-1-0 for your Razor now out of that mid lane, and again, that touching point, the fact that this kind of scaling lineup from Aster, the ability to get out of the laning stage with any kind of advantage is a victory for them in its own regards.
Centaur has a lot of farm. He's sitting at 37 CS, Vanguard done. Already doesn't feel killable at the top.
Boomy.
But the bottom
dead
lane,
to spiders.
Yeah, it's just, they don't have enough, and now Gabby's in trouble.
I think Gabby might be dead as well. Does have the meld, turns around and whacks XXS under the tower with the aggro on him. Gabby sticks around in this bottom lane, but very likely needs some kind of TP rotation to help him. There's skeletons, there's spiderlings, there's a dark troll. Sure, traps are coming out, but LANAM is going to face tank Gabby's damage. That's an overstep. Not respecting the TA's raw damage output. Still battling with the skeletons under the Nature's Attendants though, and Gabby, ooh, stuck in the trees.
Oh, the Skelly Bros.
Dead. And Broodmother trying to slip away from Boomy. Turns around and fights the Winter Wyvern. Arctic Burn's going, but the heal and regen coming in from Broodmother. Too much.
He might be able to turn. Hunger available. Now to keep the distance. Spiders will finish him off.
And another kill for your Brood. Killing spree for XXS. 8-3 start for Team Aster.
LANAM TP's bottom, uses a healing cell. Templar Assassin TP's the bottom once again. Meanwhile, in the mid lane.
Cancels the TP, but Tims puts himself in a dangerous zone, and now stunned up with a Cursed Crown. Finished off by White Album, while Armel, being strong-armed out of his own lane, cannot stand up against this rotation from Borax.
They might even rotate to the top lane. Another static link in 20. No boots on Centaur, no Stampede. They will go on him.
Yeah, they're trying to get Bok. TP should be successful here, though. They've spent all of their stuns. Well, it appears Enchantress also getting out of the grasps of the TA bottom.
No stuns available. Armel desperately needs that Boots of Travel to come online. I don't see any stacks being made. There's White Album, who will probably invade the stack. Armel has Lasso available.
Free damage out of the Cold Embrace, though. And White Album, oh, they lose Gabby bottom too. Razor trying to run away from Armel and Tims. Cookie with a flame break. They catch out the Razor, has a lot of damage. catch him with a lasso, and a huge streak being grabbed by Armel. Something goes the way of TNC, but it's one move for another. You know, the TA dying bottom lane, a tragedy for them.
This is second death on TA, as she can't afford to go bottom anymore. Needs either a rotation from a Batrider possibly, who will have boots of travel, or needs to have a Snapfire. Snapfire is just 1 CS away from level 6. We'll get it.
And something that Aster, you know, maybe learned from Cuckoo, right? The Broodmother going to the enemy triangle very early on. We could see that swing from XXS, especially against the TA, right?
Both of these heroes, like Batrider, loves to be in a triangle. Same goes for Templar Assassin.
They're stampeding. They find Lanham, but in comes the Razor. Tims and Bok on the retreat. XXS also maneuvering himself around the back of the fight. Can they catch up to the Centaur, though? It's a lot of stolen damage. And there comes the Lightning.
Razor is having a really good game. Same goes for XXS on the Broodmother.
They're being run over, man. They've got Cold Embrace on Boomy, but this Broodmother just never stops going. Down goes the Wyvern.
Aster is playing so aggressive. This is what, this is the timing where your Broodmother is super strong. 10-pick Broodmother against no real AoE. If they want to rotate one hero against the Broodmother, that should be Centaur. Other heroes can't really deal with the Broodmother, so he should be the one on the bottom lane.
He's living! He survived! Armel couldn't get the finish even on the pesky little Enchantress.
Oh,
now
no,
his Firefly ends!
stops.
Stuck on the wrong side of that little hole in the ground. And TNC bleeding out. Kill
Already
after kill.
5k gold.
Tower after tower. Tim's in trouble now.
Connect.
They're going to terrorize over in that top tier jungle as it looks like Gabby trying to battle with a Willow and Enchantress, but Morphling coming in now. Swiftly move with that Bedlam damage, and Gabby gone yet again.
Gabby tried to pull a little sneaky on them, go inside their jungle, but there is a ward scouting him out. So Centaur needs to play bottom. He will be able to defend the tower. And as you mentioned, XXS is something that Cuckoo done before.
Yeah, look at him.
He's going to be in a triangle.
That shuts down so much of the farm that you don't need to play bottom anymore. Bottom jungle is not that effective. So Broodmother stealing these stacks and, more importantly, taking the Ancients out of the game means TA doesn't really have any catch-up mechanism anymore.
He might not be able to clear the Ancients.
He'll defend them.
But yeah, just the threaten of a kill could potentially be there. Can collapse on the top tower, which is sitting at 400 HP. Very aggressive moves from XXS. He clears the bottom tower, rotates to the mid, they secure it, they get one kill while doing that, and then invades the enemy triangle. So TA will get some recovery time. Right now sitting at 4,000 net worth.
Well, they force the Firefly defensively from Armel.
Three cores at the top right now from Team Aster.
Everyone bodyguarding that triangle with their lives. Snapfire there, yeah, she's level 6, so we could have some kisses come into play. Still about 1,000 gold away from your Blink on Centaur, though, and that's your primary form of initiation right now. When it just needs so much for TNC to play their heroes properly, right? The bots and the BKB on the Batrider, you need that Dragonlance Deso on the TA, you need Blink Dagger on Centaur.
We didn't even talk about
require big items.
Monet has been farming silently, involved in one of the early kills.
Has he got Ags yet?
No, come on, calm down, Gary. He's going Manta style, wants to be able to get rid of some of the slows, can dodge things. Not yet.
What about now?
What about now? Still nothing. I don't know if he wants to go for the Ags straight away. I would prefer that Z-Blade.
Cookie lasso play. Enchantress, incredibly tanky though, still burns to a crisp in some of that Firefly. They also stampede to try and disengage because XXS was also maneuvering himself in the back of the
but
fight.
They're keeping the distance.
And a good terrorize. Sick from Borax. They've got the TA all locked up in place, and Boomy, he wants a curse, but who's he put it on? He can't choose a target. Finally gets a curse out there, but dies immediately after, and Razor giving chase onto Armel and Bok.
Team Aster. This is Team Aster that I've seen in the first season, in the second season. Yesterday, I don't know what was up. Also, execution in the first game of this series was really not top-notch, but this is it.
They've warmed up.
Exactly. Like, they needed some time to warm up. 3 games, and they're back on track.
They absolutely are. In the driving seat right now. Belt buckled and ready to go. Razor working on BKB, and this is going to start to look like end game, late game for Aster. With these BKBs coming up very quickly. And Broodmother with all these aura items, tanking up the team. Yeah, the mech, the full Greaves, in fact, now delivered.
I don't think it's
incredibly
needed
strong.
to get pipe this game. Usually something that Brood gets, but you're playing against TA, Centaur, Wyvern, kind of a waste. I would love this to be maybe a Solar Crest, just get some more armor.
Solar into Lotus, maybe?
Yeah, Lotus Orb is also good against the Batrider and the Curse on top of it, just to get more utility. I wouldn't mind seeing AC on top of it, just be able to tank up. Great fear from Bo3.
That Terrorize was really spot on, and it just allows your Razor and Morphling to kind of waddle forward, force out an awkward Curse, as in this mid lane, Bok being drained of all of his damage. Razor really starting to ramp up quickly. Stampede's out, Bok looks to escape. Trapped though by the troll net, LanM cuts him off at the pass. Yule's on the Winter Wyvern as well to try and stop them, and another fear. Two of them caught up in it, but Bok has survived.
Bo3 is so good at using these terrorizes early on before the fight even starts. He's already there to split it. We've seen in the previous fight on Winter Wyvern, so he can't get the good ulti off.
Dire top lane being cut out by the Batrider. Armel trying to get as much as he can out of the map, because TNC, they could fight back. We've seen them out-execute and outplay a number of teams throughout the event so far already. Potentially, if they do hit these items, they could look good in the overall team fights with what they've got. You know, the Curse, the Kisses, the Stampede, the Blink Stop, and Gabby with Armel. They've lassoed up the Razor. This is the first step to mounting a comeback. Just got to not lose anyone from this point on
Dust
out.
available
Templar
on
Assassin surrounded by
no
Spiderlings.
stuns.
Any stuns from Bo3? No. TA's out. Armel not going to have the same security though, as the Kisses launch towards the Dire team, but Monet's there. Has the cookie forward. Scatterblast.
That's a cookie factory.
It is, absolutely, and I think Tim's here just going to pop out a taunt and die with a triple kill going to XXS.
They might even go inside a pit. They have enough sustain from the Morphling, a bit low on mana. Guardian Greaves will be available in the 20 seconds. Let's see if they decide to go for it. Seems like they will, because there is enough damage coming out from the Morphling, coming out from the Broodmother. They also have a Centaur from Enchantress to scout things out. Might be able to bail a bit. We'll see how this fight actually is gonna go. Batrider, no lasso, Blink Dagger available.
No
Roshan
kisses.
half HP, no kisses, as you mentioned.
If there's a chance, it's now for TNC. They're all clumped up in the Roche pit. This is your window of opportunity.
What are you doing, brother? Centaur
Terrorize
stomps
fake
him.
pumped. Bo3 is toying with them. Curse Crown connects, and Roshan still being chipped away at by Monet Morphling. Bok trying to front line, allow Armel to slip into the pit potentially. Flame Break, not going to last too much longer though, and this standoff around Roshan, I mean, Aster, they are winning out. They're chipping away with these short cooldown spells. They're forcing TNC into an all-in or nothing position. And it might have to be.
Terrorize is available. This is the big spell that they're afraid of.
There's the Winter's Curse. TNC started off, and Roshan's nearly dead. They get the kill on Bo3. Roshan's about to fall. The buyback comes in for the Dog Willow, but the cookie forward. In we come with the Scatterblast and the steal.
Bok gets it.
Bok gets the Aegis. Good Terrorize again, though, as Bo3 buys back and comes in to swing the fight around again. Bok's dead, and so's Gabby.
Oh, they're gonna clean them up. Gary Batrider has a lasso, but he already knows the fight is over. Great steal from Bok, but that's all it's gonna be. One buyback from Bo3. Not sure Bo3 was needed to be in the front lines, just protect them with the Bramble Maze, fake pump it. Good ability usage there, Flame Break from Batrider to knock them out. Bok gets in, gets the Aegis, still a big win for Team Aster.
Oh, this is a big lasso, though.
He's beyond godlike.
He's beyond godlike, right? The streak there. 808 gold goes to Tim's. Broodmother overstepping her bounds. But honestly, that team fight, I feel like Bo3 did that on purpose. He knew he had buyback, and he knows that TNC are an all-in position. If they cast a single ultimate on the Willow, then he knows the team fight is very likely just one straight off of it.
Now look at the XXS. He's gonna come in and start attacking the cursed target. Oh no, he's already dead there. Never mind. But once again, good Terrorize there from Bo3. They will clean them up. Once they group, there's not too much team fight once again coming out from the TNC. They have Mortimer's Kisses. They have Lasso. Pick-off potential is good if they can get the one good curse to set things up. Reset possibly. Get a good save out of it.
See what they can get done. It has been a real slow start for TNC, but the net worth lead only sitting around 3,000. 4K now it jumps up to. With such a drastic kill lead, you'd maybe expect a bit more, as we've been saying. Aster with a real fast tempo with the lineup they've got. Broodmother's been such a big part of that. Solar Crest now done on her as well.
It's a full solar, which will give them more tankiness. Their heroes also heavily rely on dealing physical damage, so if you pop that offensively on someone, Razor will be able to solo kill him. Smoke from Team Aster.
They want to try and find a pick-off. It can start to get a bit spooky though for Aster, can't it? If TNC have their full force together. You were mentioning just the look of the hero models, very squishy on Aster, and they still need to itemize. Try and become a bit tankier against the combos that TNC has. Teamfight execution, definitely something that TNC have strived and had great success with.
TNC, because Team's got so much gold from that kill, 800 lasso.
Yeah, dragging back. That's old school bat build, going to catch out XXS. Terrorize, it's not going to split them wide enough. Boomy was on the outside and those kisses. Long-range lava projectiles and, what, 200 gold?
Another one. Yeah, that
Scepter.
Aghanim Scepter is going to be big. You could potentially save people from Razor when he uses a static link. Spit him out somewhere in the back. That's a good way of protecting the Templar Assassin. You can also initiate with it. Morphling, still 0 deaths going into Scotty, so that's gonna cripple some of the ranged heroes and also reduce the healing coming out from the Cold Embrace.
What did you say? Is Scotty?
Yeah.
Does he have Aghanims yet?
Not yet, Gary. I would love to see E-Blade because it's a great way to
That's not
blow
Aghanims,
up
Lacoste.
Wyvern. I don't think you can kill Snapfire because she's a bit too tanky at the moment, but it's also a good save against the possible Winter's Curse.
For those of you wondering there,
Yes.
Scriff pointing out, Aghanims Morphling means Shadow Realm Morphling. And I think when you get waveform attacks targets as well, you get a bunch of Shadow Realm attacks onto people
I
too.
just want memes. I'm a serious guy. I'm here to talk about Dota, the professional esport gamers that are playing at the major.
You're rubbing off on me, Lacoste.
No, I don't want to see any memes, Gary. I think I've seen them all.
Spending too much time with Rich and Slacks.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, I do love Slacks' new hat though, that little pink thing.
He's too cute.
One. They said they'll order some more for us, so we can be the pink hat gang. Flapping our ears.
Cuteness overload.
That's beautiful stuff. Well, Aster not really pushing too aggressively for the past 2-3 minutes or so, just kind of letting TNC well across the map, push out that top lane and keep their farm rate up, which is why that net worth lead hasn't really moved too much from that 3 to 5k mark. And they're dipping back down to around 4,000. And this does mean we've got some pretty big items out from TNC. And again, their ability to catch and kill heroes is tremendous. If they could get a couple of smoke ganks going, I would love to see that aspect of their game. And look at that. Winter Wyvern literally buys 2 smokes. Let's go. It's time to fight. I think, yeah, even has a 3rd one already in the backpack. Time to gather up, boys.
3 smokes. You know you haven't been really using them correctly when you have more than 2. Same goes for the earn charges. If someone has more than... my number is 3, but could be a bit too low.
Just use them.
Just use them, exactly. Blink Dagger. We'll keep him safe.
And this bat build's really nice. We've seen so much of the bots, BKB, Aetherlands, Octarine Core, having this Blink Force Staff. Again, displacement abilities. We've been talking about that so much this tournament with Tiny, Magnus, tossing and skewering. Now, you know, it's been a long time since I've seen this kind of build, Lacoste. It used to be the build.
The build, exactly. We were more oriented towards Aetherlands, BKB, then maybe a Blink Dagger, sometimes even full Octarine Core. New Shard is really good, like it applies as a stick in a palm, and you have 2 charges on the Flame Break. You need to be careful. This is also a displacement tool.
Exactly. This is their ability to just drag one of the cores completely out of the saving range of the Dark Willow, the Enchantress.
Batrider, cutting the creep wave, Templar Assassin putting some pressure on the bottom. Tier 2 tower will still fall, I believe. They need a bit more extra damage. Morph everything into Agi, come on.
Okay,
I dare you.
I believe in you. It's also the fact that TNC are able to go on multiple targets, right? They've got Stampede, Blink Stomp, they've got the Blink Lasso, they've got the Winter's Curse, so they could split this fight, 3 ways and really give the Templar Assassin her choice of target to go on. They need to get it started first, though.
Aster needs to be careful how they approach the fight. It needs to be split. especially against Winter Wyvern. So Razor going into some status resistance. I know what you're gonna say, Gary. I've seen that look on your face before. Morphling finishing Scotty, going into Aghanim Scepter. You satisfied, Punk?
Yeah, I'm satisfied. We'll see it soon. It's definitely an item I'll enjoy to watch. That just huge raw amount of nuke damage coming out of the Morphling. Straight from his right clicks. Aghanims for the TA now, so a bit more map maneuverability there for Gabby. As Aster, the ones playing very tight-knit, grouped up together in that Radiant Triangle, taking down tier 2s after tier 2s. Like, mid lane's also going to get shredded by the Spiderlings as well. XXS claims that one. And the map starts to become a little smaller for TNC.
Every single tier 2 tower gone, while Team Aster has every single one of them. They're also holding both outposts, so that means there hasn't been any XP for a very long time.
It's also the fact that they've not given any chance for TNC to fight. Like, we keep writing this story about them being able to catch people, kill them. But so far, it's just been Broodmother in the past, 5 minutes or so that's had 2 deaths. And outside of that, we haven't seen Aster really relinquish any control of the map or give any opportunities to TNC.
TNC is still finding the farm on the map. Net worth difference around 5-6k constantly.
Keeping it competitive, keeping it close. And there's the Blink Stomp. Show off the Batrider's displacement tools, and the kisses going in towards XXS. Heals himself up with the Greaves. And White Album, he's made his way forward here onto the Centaur, but they've got a Winter's Curse. Boomy holds him in place. And this is well executed as they gobble up a Wild Wing, chuck it towards Aster. Bedlam there, but the Cold Embrace buys a bit of time for Box. Still with the Active Strike though, Monet will take him down. Gabby hiding
out, and he TPs to the side lane.
Jump into the side lane, you're right, onto that trap, the disengage tool from Gabby. Gets him away, so we have a 1-for-2 trade, which TNC should be very happy with.
XXS, after an amazing performance for the first 20 minutes, this is where Broodmother starts to fall off. We can see some of the downsides. You get caught, you die. Now has a casual cloak. I don't know if he wants to finish off the full hood. I would prefer if that's just a Lotus Orb against the Curse, against the Batrider ulti. Would feel really nice.
Would be cool, yeah.
Look at that, Gary. 800 gold away from the Aghanim Scepter.
Oh, yes. Oh, we love a bit of Aghanim Scepter. That's going to be another timing they look for. What's the Razor building, by the way? Because he went like Yule's,
Casual
BKB.
Sange, just some status resistance, more tankiness.
Oh, there's that drag back again. A Blink Stomp, Lasso. Drag the Broodmother into that
Looked
Tim's
like a really
ulti.
good curse, but Razor didn't have any damage. They're having fun. You know, spitting out the Wild Wing made him chuckle.
Gobble it up and spit it out towards your enemies. And we're going to have a BKB on Bat soon as well, so that's going to give him even more free reign in these fights to pick his targets.
Yeah, they have no abilities that go through Magic Immunity. So once he gets that BKB, should be a easy pick off.
Yeah, pretty clear cut. Well, there it is. Ag's Morphling. He has turned into Dark Willow.
Shame.
No shame in this whatsoever. Let's see if he can actually use it, though. Gabby scouted. Dark Willow gets some ward coverage up on that high ground. And the smoke here is going to end from Aster. No pick off. Dark Willow replicate. I guess morph now.
From this point, it's much easier for Scriff to do his job, because everyone wants to see Morphling Dark Willow.
Oh, they've got a catch here. They've got the chain stuns to do it. TNC, they're executing onto Monet. They kill off the Morphling. Terrorize will send them back. White Owl chasing Bok. The Winter's Curse holds them out again while Tim's focused down by the Bedlam and the Broodmother. Bok trying to turn back, and they've got a Cold Embrace, but it's not enough to save him. Tim's will have to buy back as the Melt Strike and Arnold's Batrider shoving towards White Album's Razor. Aster, though, overwhelming their opponents in that Radiant Triangle.
Tim's bought back. Great execution. We've seen Batrider with the Blink Dagger and the BKB going in, surprising him. Maybe Morphling would love to have like a Lincoln Sphere to be able to protect himself. This Aghanim Scepter's cool. It's a 4,000 gold. Didn't see too much value out of it this time around.
Well, he's bought it and died.
Well, we need to balance it. I know you're a big fan.
Negative Nancy over here, Lacoste.
Yet to see how strong it is.
Oh, we might not find out. If he keeps dying like that, again, just want to keep pointing out the fact that TNC are so very good at that interplay between their heroes, the team cohesion. It's always been a trademark of the TNC squads, no matter who's been playing for them. And this game feels no different in terms of how they're executing their team fights. They know when to jump, who to jump, and how to jump. It's just a matter of how high and how long they should go for.
TNC, a lot of mobility on their side. You have Wyvern with a Blink Dagger, same goes for Centaur, Batrider, TA also full Pike, and I see Snapfire going for a Blink Dagger, so it's going to be much easier to set the saves up.
It's like that surprise factor, right, that TNC has a lot of. Ability just to find a hero, blow them up, get numbers advantage. So it'd be nice to see Aster starting to itemize towards, you know, the Eon Discs, the BKBs, those tankier items. Yeah, Broodmother's buying Eon Disc right there, I love that. Big fan. I think that's something that Team Nigma in particular have caught on to recently as well. Like buying 3 or 4 Eon Discs in the late game, so important. And
especially against the instant jump that they got. You have Batrider Lasso, Winter's Curse, potentially TA can blow you up. In the end, Broodmother decided to go for the full pipe.
And now we've seen that replay, of course. A couple of heroes lost out by TNC. Unable to kill anyone apart from that Morphling. Still find it interesting, the pronunciation about Eon Disc. Aegis of the Immortal. Aegis? You don't really care, do you, Lacoste?
We had a patch where it was said that it's pronounced Aegis.
That's true. Ice Frog has spoken on that word in particular. We'll see if he...
Gotta listen to men.
Yeah, maybe, you know, he adds a little tooltip on the Eon Disc as well and starts to correct us. Force us to pronounce it differently.
Yeah, Eon 730, Eon Disc removed from the game, Eon Disc pronounced Aeon Disc, okay.
Yeah. Smoke around Roshan for Aster. Batrider on that high ground with Firefly and Bok ready nearby to terrorize. Cancelled out, he blinks out there as well. Armel and Bok, quick, with the fingers. Get away from Aster as they start Roshan. They get into the pit. A gobble up, spit. There's the jump from a little creep.
Some damage, but there is pipe already popped. And Guardian Breathe is going down so quickly.
A blink stop, and now the lasso drag back. The Terrorize doesn't really connect on anyone, while Monet, he's moved himself out of there. Borak's going to be the hero that dies instead. Monet still looking to finish off Roshan.
Monet.
He does die in the back. A BKB from the TA and a Winter's Curse. Roshan nearly dead, but the disarm on Gabby. He was halberded, so he couldn't get any damage done. Runs away to his trap. Roshan about to fall. And
Monet
Aster
needs to pick it up.
The full control of the Roshan pit. Monet should be able to grab this with ease.
He gets it. He gets everything. She's Aegis. Where's the shard at? Oh, Razor picked up the shard. Will get him for himself. So whenever he's attacked and targeted with a spell, budget lightning released. This has to be like Storm Surge in general is the most boring ability in the game. It gives you move speed, bonus move speed, 24%.
It's a Windlace.
I mean, it's a better Windlace, but
it's a Windlace.
Sure.
Imagine having that under your spell. Poor Razor. Lana being eyed up by Gabby, but he's going to project himself astral style across the map. Keep his farm rate going and shove out that bottom wave for now. And the net worth lead, you know, is still around that 3K mark, and I still have this feeling in my gut that TNC could pull out some magical team fight.
They definitely could, especially if they pull someone from the tier 3s into tier 4 towers. They have a lot of control. Wyvern also holding onto Gem for a very long time, being able to reward pretty much the whole jungle. Holy Locket is done.
So how do you want to see Aster approach this? Is it a case of we need to get super farmed, we need to get a pick off on a buyback hero? Because can they just go high ground with Aegis Cheese?
They should. I think they should try to threaten it. There is one Lotus Orb, so this is one way to protect yourself. Goes through Magic Immunity, use it on a Batrider. Big pick off if they can get Wyvern.
Yeah, the Brambles into Terrorize.
They're also going to get the Gem from this one.
A lot of damage stolen out by Razor. Boomy down, Gem on the deck. Do they know about it? He hid himself in the trees, so I don't know if they realize. Boomy's pinging it out.
You know, pro players, they don't even click on the hero before they attack him. So there is a Gem still hiding. White Album, it's very close.
Go on, Mr. Courier, yes. Speed burst, sprint it across, hiding in the fog. It's home. Oh, is it? Monet. He's not going to spot it. Oh, this
Monet focused more on turning into Dark Willow.
Oh, thank you. That is the important thing. Well pointed out, Lacoste.
Rich would be very happy about this game. You know what's better than a Dark Willow? 2 Dark Willows.
2 Marescas! Oh! She loves a bit of that. Gobble up. Centaur dies. Blink stomp from the real Centaur of Bok. Has to be cookied back to safety, though. And look at this, the Dark Willow. Oh, Morphling pumping damage towards him, but a cold embrace will buy a bit of time. It's the lasso there. Quickly grabbing Aster and dragging them into this base. They're battling here, TNC, and they've dropped them low, but no killing blow just yet. Bok is dead, but with buyback. They will defend their bottom lane of barracks now.
Monet turns once again into Dark Willow, a bit low on mana. So they need to reset. They need to be able to get the Guardian Ruses on cooldown. Top lane being pushed by Templar Assassin with the Psionic Projection. They got the tier 3 tower. They got the buyback from it. Razor also very greedy in that fight. Had a bottle instead of cheese in his inventory, so could potentially die because of it if they manage to lock him down. Now going into Shiva's Guard, which will provide more vision in the backlines, being able to jump the Winter Wyvern.
God, Razor's got some really good talents, doesn't he? It's always felt he's been lackluster as we scale into that mid to late game point. But having strength, armor, tankiness, kind of similar to the Faceless Void talents that we've seen previously.
Well, nah, I don't think there's a hero as good as Faceless Void in terms of talents. He gets HP, he gets strength, level 10, level 15.
Time
then
walk.
you get time walk, duration, attack speed.
I say kind of similar. Don't take anything away from Faceless Void.
Gary, backtrack.
Am I backtracking? Backpedaling a little bit? Maybe. Well, Team Aster.
I love that we have some of the iconic Dota 1 abilities brought back into Dota 2.
Hex.
The one that I really like, Hex.
The TA. Stampede BKB. Astral Projection. Gets the hell away from the Broodmother.
I wanted to see Craggy Code from Tiny, which was a thing, as is Shard, which was the most
broken as hell.
The most useless shard in the game.
Bok.
You attack someone, you're stunned. Someone attacks you, you're stunned. Apologies. It was so good that I don't even remember what he was doing.
I mean, in Dota 1, what was it, like 25% chance for like, I don't know, 1 second stun or something?
But before, it worked different in Dota 1 days, because every single time like you just clicked on something.
It's like when you start hitting.
When you start out stunned.
It's like that old Wind Ranger clip against Centaur, where she's like fake animation cancelling and still dying to return, Oh, those were the good old days where things just worked in wonderful ways, because they did.
Templar Assassin just hit level 25, 8 refraction instances on top of what she's got, so that's 14. They don't have overtime damage. This could be a big issue of bringing down Templar Assassin. They actually have none. Timeless Relic, Trickster Cloak, and that's for Team Aster.
Oh, Illusionist Cape there for the Centaur. We'll see if he hands that over to somebody else. This Scythe of Ice, though, on XXS, we've already seen how much it can do just with him around and some Spiderlings. And now he buys a Blink. So the Blink jump that we've been mentioning from TNC side, it's being responded to by some Blink jump of their own for Team Aster. Oh, he's an incredibly tanky Broodmother. I mean, XXS right now, 20k net worth. Leaps and bounds ahead of that Centaur, his counterpart in the position 3.
Still a very close game. We did not see a full team fight for a long time where both of these teams just go full force.
And there's a lasso. Enchantress, Lanem. I don't think I've seen his hero or said his name in about 10 minutes, but there he is, dead.
Very dead indeed. Timeless Relic, found by TNC as well. I want to see that picked up, possibly on a Batrider. Right now holding a Flicker, which allows him to dispel. What can he dispel? Enchant. He can dispel Spirit Vessel, Bramble Maze, and Cursed Crown, so not too bad. Also gives you some extra movement speed, so he might actually keep it. Timeless Relic might be picked up by a Snapfire. A lot of magical damage coming out, and she's got it.
I mean, in this kind of game, everyone's waiting for that next Roshan, the third one. But TNC...
Snapfire very greedy, even though picking up the Blink Dagger, does not want to go for Shard. Like, this is the best combo that I've seen. First, it was all about that Solar Crest, but then you have a different ways of itemizing on a Snapfire with that Shard addition. Definitely one of the best shards in the game out there.
Yeah. Right now, it feels like TNC are outplaying Aster just macro style. Pushing out that top wave, the TA's jumping from lane to lane, shoving every single creep wave. And we see this this effect where basically they're just being pushed around the map and not able to connect onto any real target. Gabby might be out in the open now, though. The Blink Hex will find him.
Where's the follow-up?
He's just going to Broodmother with the Morphling here. BKB and the projection. Gets across to the Ancient Camps. Perfect efficiency from Gabby. And again, just no kill there from Aster.
Dark Willow needs to be playing with the Broodmother if they want to get a kill. Hex into Cursed Crown Terrorize combination. There is one more. Wow. Just keep doing it.
Well, yeah, Gabby I don't know, playing table tennis. He's just ping-ponging around the map. He's one side 1 second, the other side the next. Team Aster chasing Ghosts. And again, this game just keeps on building up for TNC to a point at which their team fight could be overwhelming for Aster. And all those early game item decisions start to wear off in effectiveness. There's the flicker out. Bo3 getting chased though. The Shadow Realm Morphling. He's had the Aghanims for a good 8-9 minutes, and we get to see it in proper action at long last. Bok TP's home, so will Tims, as well as Armel. And 1 minute for the Roshan to respawn.
No shard on Dark Willow. When you have Morphling turning into Dark Willow, Bramble Maze, you get the shard, even more. Then you get to that level 20.
More Brambles. Dark Willow going for Blink next after that Spirit Vessel. They really want that catch and kill capability. A Templar Assassin, oh my god. Daedalus, Titan Sliver, Aghanim Scepter. Every lane you look at is trending towards the dire side of the map when its TA is just given absolute freedom. Well, that's going to help them take Roshan as well. I mean, Aster just on the back foot. They're pruning lanes. They're basically gardeners at this point.
It's very hard for them to deal with Templar Assassin. They don't have that instant stun. They have instant catch with the Broodmother, but they need some follow-up. They also don't have a Basher carrier this game.
I mean, look at this. Comes out of the Hex.
See ya.
BKB Astral. And again, doesn't need the BKB that time. he's loving it. They've got another side device here. It's a speedy Bat Rider, Blink Stomp, Winter's Curse, overlapping a bit on the Enchantress.
Only the Enchantress.
And they force Staff and Stampede away. They realize they flubbed it. Bit of a blundered initiation from TNC.
This is the ability that they need to win a team fight, to set things up for a possible Centaur Stomp.
Oh, look how fast they smoke. Aster knows that they've got a massive opportunity right now with no Winter's Curse, no Stampede. The ability to catch out one hero here. Buyback-wise, we're looking at what? TA, Snap, Wyvern with buybacks. Enchantress on the dire side has one.
Roshan being pinged out. They have a trap inside of it, but I believe there is a gem on Borax. He also has Timeless Relic, so longer duration stuns, longer duration Bramble Maze, more spell damage coming up from the Bedlam. On top of the talent, Dark Willow is a hero that really shines into these like a bit prolonged fights if she can survive, or she goes in and after BKBs are down, deletes a core.
Yeah. Oh, Centaur illusion.
Centaur
says hello to the entirety of Team Aster. TNC do have 5 alive. Considering the move in with a lasso play, they catch the Broodmother, drag her into the minus Melt strikes. Down you go, but Bok is found. You're right, by the Shadow Realm Morphling. White Album gets on top of Gabby, but the Astral Projection away from the static link while Bo3 blinks in.
With no curse, he just blinked in.
Blinks in and dies. Armel might be suffering the same fate here as well. Slowed by the Skadi, caught by the Shadow Realm, trying to Firefly over the cliff tops and blinks away, but you're right. Look at Gabby go. You might be trying to do Roshan, but your bottom lane's in trouble. Curse Crown, Fear, terrorize up the TA. Morphling also arriving here to do some damage on the Gabby. They've got the Templar Assassin.
They got it. Nice setup there from Borax. I don't know what the Wyvern was thinking. He blinked in. Maybe he was trying to forget about the bad curse that he used in the previous fight, and he's like, I forgot about it. I have it online.
I'll get this one.
Just blinks in and dies. So this is third Roche. Aghanim Scepter also available.
I mean, do you buy back his TNC here, or do you just let Aster have it?
You need to let them have it. You might just try to blink in with one of the heroes, steal it, and that's your best shot.
Well, no
There's
shot.
Cheese still in the pit. Someone please pick it up.
And Borax will take it. Aghanim's blessing for the Razor now. Cheese can get handed over as well. Invis rune bottled up by White Album.
The funniest part about Aghanims on Razor is that it affects towers, barracks, and the Ancient. It doesn't affect those buildings inside the base
Oh, does it
called
not?
buildings. I believe it doesn't. These useless things that absolutely do nothing.
The
We were very
Moonwells.
creative about the wordings. Like, what are we gonna call them? A building. Here's a raise. You
Or-
like take a week off. You did your job.
Gonna get DMCA'd in a second, can't call him that anymore. There's a lasso drag back, Armel flickers across, it's good damage towards Lanham, but he's healing through it. Sustaining the onslaught while Bot clears it up. Finally, picking off Lanham as a curse. Holds a couple of Aster in place. White Album chasing out Bot Centaur. But Aster now can turn and face the buildings. Structural damage is what they came for, and that's what they'll claim. Another gobble up. It's an illusion of the Snapfire sent
He makes
forward.
the illusion with the illusion escape, so always have something to gobble up and
That's
spit
nice.
out. That's nicely done. Problem is that this time around, Cold Embrace, he turns into Shadow Realm and
Well,
it
it's
goes
good
through
burst.
the curse.
They've got great burst. White Album's dead, didn't even cheese himself up. Broodmother and Morphling though back towards Bok, dusting him up. A Cold Embrace will stop the damage coming through onto the Centaur, but he's going to get stunned at the end of it. And Bat Rider has to buy back to defend your base now. Flame Break missing out. Monet speeding away. Morphling
Blank Force available.
still going to get jumped on here. Bat Rider
Pew, pew,
turned
pew.
on. That
Look at
Monet
that damage,
Morphling
Gary.
does so much damage.
Oh, the problem is they used their buybacks, like Templar Assassin still does not have it. Needs 2,000 gold. Farms fast, so might be able to farm it in the next like 2 minutes.
She bought the MKB.
She really did. Wants to be able to counter that Morphling. They need damage. Butterfly already online on Morphling. I love that Morphling's going back to Lincoln Sphere. We can see that he lacks mana and also have one way to protect against the Curse, protect against the Lasso. Still holding that Aegis for another 2.5 minutes. After he regions the mana, Razor is out. They should try to go and finish this game.
So far, we have seen, like you say, you like that Morphling's itemization because TNC's initiation, when it is crisp, when they get their teamfight ultis all chained up correctly, they can hold out against Aster, but they need everything to go ever so right. As we have 2 Dark Willows now. Monet and Borax up in that top lane. Clearing out the wave. And Gobble up, trying to delay that push. Illusionist Cape, yeah, takes the whole wave out. That's going to be annoying for Aster. And you see that bottom lane, Gabby's doing the exact same thing there, and this map maneuverability from all these heroes, incredible from TNC, just to slow down and delay this game out, make sure they get maybe another chance at Roshan. Maybe another couple of buybacks come up. Another item arrives.
Templar Assassin needs a buyback. One more creep wave. She will have it.
And Aster prep themselves. Not going to bother dealing with that bottom wave.
White Album keeping the illusion escape might want to try to go and possibly bait one big spell, either a curse or if he can get the lasso.
Monet.
There we go.
The lasso and illusion. They don't go for Monet. And White Album, he baits them out. What a
And this is,
beautiful little
I
play.
mean, it's a bit lower cooldown because of the Octarine, but it allows them to get mega creeps. They will go and try to get some megas. 50 seconds until Aegis runs out.
Monet, an absolute madman with that Shadow Realm damage. When you get too close to that Morphling, you are done for. Look at it, it's raining hellfire onto Gabby and Timms. Ghost Scepter's needed. Try and push him back. Flame Breaker to stop. Melt Strike there as well. Morphling has Manta and
Terrorize
Aegis
on
though.
3.
And a Terrorize turn around with a curse. Focusing the real Dark Willow. Is she dead to it? Absolutely is. Gone for 2 minutes. Oh, Aster. They want this tier 3 tower, but TNC are holding on. They've taken the Aegis and the chain stuns. They're catching the Morphling. No strength morph there. They've got Monet. No, he's out. Anyway,
He manages to get out. That was pretty big, even
ever
without
so
the talent.
barely escaping. XXS still looking for that sideline push forward as Gabby and Armel get onto White Album. Movement from the Razor though with his BKB up. Lanham down to Gabby. And they've got minus armor on XXS here. They can't find the Broodmother though, and Monet with White Album have already slipped out of range. Or have
They need to get more. Lasso is available. He does not want to go for it. Force Staff plus Flicker was also available. Whoa, that was so close.
Oh, I tried
Half a second. Morphling, he decided to go for the waveform charges. Almost died there because he couldn't get the shift off. Gets it off at the last second.
And having both of those charges so good with a Shadow Realm as well. If you're able to go aggressive onto someone and blow them up in a matter of seconds. But again, this situation now getting closer to level 30. Buybacks even more important. I mean, paramount really for TNC to hold on to their base, losing out on the entirety of their bottom lane of barracks. And that mid lane as well. And just one lane remains. And still a good 2 minutes until Roshan. So any form of play they wanted to make, taken out of their hands just by the RNG and the timing. They're going to have to go in towards mid lane instead. Tier 2 towers there.
Morphling bought out. He does not have buyback. He does have a
risky.
buyback like cost kicking in. Apologies, I was looking at the Razor, got confused by a blue icon. I was like 4,000 gold, that's enough. Why does it say that, that he doesn't have it? But yeah, bought out the E-Blade. Still thinking about getting either a BKB, maybe a Lincoln's. He's still swapping things around. Could possibly get rid of the Boots of Travel. Also, he ate that Aghanim Scepter.
And Razor there with a Refresher Orb. So multiple BKBs, multiple ultis. And the ability to destroy buildings incredibly quickly. Bok, he's out in the open. Blinks away, Lotus is off the Cursed Crown. Terrorize not going to land in time. And even a bit of invis there. Coming out with his Trickster's Cloak was there. Lasso up, Melt Strike, Gobble up, spinning forward. They get money! Beautiful pick off from TNC, now the Curse. They've got Gabby jumping out of there. They don't want to contend with the Razor anymore. Broodmother in the back lines, taking down Tims. The Spiderling army's coming the cost. They want the Batrider here.
Refresher.
And Bok can't save him with a stomp. He's been BKB turned off by the Razor, but you're
Morphling.
right.
They need to fall back. Just wait. Roche may respawn in 20 seconds. Can they get another kill from this?
They can't finish anyone off, and they might find Lanham now. Templar Assassins on top of the Enchantress. Stomp is there. Catch the Ench. Armel and Gabby should be able to take him down slowly but surely.
Well, Morphling right now probably regrets that he bought that E-Blade instead of going for the Lincoln Sphere, because it changes his mind. Does not want to get BKB anymore. Lincoln Sphere in the quick buy. Roshan will respawn in 50 seconds, so Morphling will be out. Enchantress will not. She does not have a buyback. Used it 3 minutes ago.
It's a long death timer on her. I mean, I feel like we've got to the point now, Lacoste. Net worth lead.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter, right?
No.
Meaningless. It's all about execution. It's all about map control. And if we think about the story we've been telling for the past 52 minutes, that's what TNC has. Map control and teamfight execution. Aster, on the back foot, honestly, at this point, in some regards, need to pull a big teamfight win out of the bag, even though they're 2 lanes of racks ahead. Even though we've seen them take Roshan after Roshan. They're the ones on the potential verge, on the brink now.
Centaur is a bit too tanky to kill, has evasion, has extra magic resistance from the Trickster Cloak, Invis, on top of Heart. Templar Assassin's level 29, and there we go.
What's that?
I don't know if they could get there in time.
1,000 last hits for TA. Well, very close. We'll round it up a little bit. And Roshan, there's the Terrorize coming in. XXS finds the catch. Down goes Boomy, who buys back. They're still in the pit though. Bok there, battling with Roshan. Gabby can't get in there. Always troublesome for TNC. Invis out from the Centaur. Spiderling's looking to scout them out. The Curse, they get the back lines. Boomy's buyback paying off. Big time kill on Borax. Bok gonna buy back too, but Roshan is falling and grabbed.
Armel grabs it.
Armel gets it.
He gets everything.
Batrider picks everything from the Roshan and gets the lasso. He's got the Morphling.
Morphling, instant buyback. He's coming back.
Boomy's got a double kill. They've killed XXS. They've got this one. The buyback to Aster required. TNC, they're fighting around the Roche pit. Spot on stuff. They might lose Armel here. They need Batrider to die, but he jumps.
Flicker plus a cookie. He's out of the trouble.
He escapes while Gabby BKBs and turns. Holy shit, that damage. Clears through Borax. Nearly takes White Album with him. And that Hex The E-Blade, they're keeping Bok alive. He bought back earlier. They can't let him lose his life. Quick cookie away. But I think Bok here's stuck.
Trickster Cloak available. He's full HP. You gotta be careful.
The minus armor turns
White
back
Album.
onto White Album, but they kill the creep. Gabby's still here. Templar Assassin goes for the Melt Strike. BKB up from the Razor. They've disarmed and Hexter. Bok with a stop lineup.
Another good save.
He's invis. He's invis. Bok is here. Set up stun with a lasso too. They take down the Razor. They've got Morphling locked in place. Oh, TNC!
Seems like TNC are doing it. They're actually.
I mean,
just...
RML. They're still on the Morphling.
Oh,
Gabby's
they got
there
him.
with the damage.
They got him.
They've got him.
This
2
might be
minutes
the
no
game.
Morphling. Let him. He'll try TP home, but they've got a curse again.
A lot of creeps in the base. Someone needs to address that problem, and almost 2 full minutes. They need to run down the mid lane. Damage coming out from Gabby. He got the... And also, Armel, he jumps in. He gets everything picked up from a Roshan. Flaming Lasso, upgraded his Aghanim Scepter, and picked up the Aegis. Also a Refresher Shard, so he's good to go. Level 28, I believe Templar Assassin hit level 30 in that fight, so 1 second meld, hit bash on top of it. And Divine Rapier, he's going
damage.
in. TNC is going for the finish.
They want to end this one right here, right now. Take it to game 3, boys. No Morphling for 80, no Razor for 40 seconds. Literally no buybacks in this game right now. And TNC, they're the ones on the very verge of taking game 2. Tier 3's opened up. XXS, you'll get a quick hex out there. But Bok is in between tier 4s.
He's already there waiting. That's game, Gary.
It looks like game over.
They do not have enough
There's
time.
no glyph. Willow's alive in 3, but it's going to be, what, a 5 versus 2, and GG is called!
They know they got the no business in this game whatsoever. A bit of a weird itemization. Morphling probably regrets it so much not being able to pick up that Lincoln Sphere that he wanted for so long. Decided to go for something extra greedy, and this Templar Assassin with the Aghanim Scepter, you know, just gets the